Hey guys, what's up? This is Art, and this is a weird video I'm going to do. And I'm not exactly sure. Well, also, I got in two packages, so of course, I'm going to open these up live in front of everybody. But here's the thing. Today, when I was at work, I get a news flash from Twitter, social media that said that Lucasfilm fired Gina Carano. Now, here's the thing. I followed Gina Carano's MMA career. She was a very good fighter. Too bad, too bad she can't be in the UFC because she's too old and she's too old and too beat up to be in it. And the thing is, and then I remember her first movie, which I can't remember what it is for the life of me because I bought it. I bought it because it's Gina Carano. This is the woman who's beautiful and is built like a superhero, so you can put her in superhero films and stuff like that and make her be believable. Okay. Now the funny thing about it, they fired her. So I was like, why did they fire her? And they said because of some stuff that she said. I'm like, okay. Now the funny thing is, I follow her on Twitter, and I looked through her Twitter feed naturally after I got off of work, and I couldn't find anything. I found out that she posted some stuff to Instagram, which I don't follow her there. So I'm trying to figure out what happened, and then I see it. Now, I want to read the post. Now, I want to read the post, and I hope I don't get demonetized. Well, sorry, I'm not demonetized anyway. I hope I don't get age restricted. But let's see, because I got to put my reading glasses on for this. Okay, she wrote down, Jews were beaten in the street not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Okay, that's possible. Because history is edited, that is a true statement, history is edited by the winners. Most people today don't realize to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews. The government first made their own neighbors hate them for simply being Jews. Okay. So far, what she said is pretty much okay, and it's correct to a certain extent. History is edited, that's true. Was Jews beaten by the street by their neighbors? Most likely, yeah, they're harassed, especially if you know anything about Nazi Germany and all this other stuff during history classes and stuff. You do realize that they turned the whole nation against them. So they were harassed. We all know that. Funny things, anybody who actually read this kind of stuff in high school, you know this. So what's the difference? Okay. Now, this is where it gets interesting. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? So, in other words, based upon what she wrote down here, basically she's saying that because of someone's political viewpoint, they're being persecuted and hated for their own personal viewpoint. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, here's the problem with this. The Holocaust and everything like that, Nazi Germany, is something that is very, very, it's very sensitive. It's very sensitive. And true, a lot of conservatives believe that it never happened. Okay? For whatever reason, they believe that this was a hoax. Even though all the evidence point towards that. She basically, it sounds like she's comparing, I'm putting this up. She sounds like she's comparing being a person not of the popular Democratic political viewpoint, whether she's conservative or being a Republican, that she's being persecuted for her own political beliefs. Now, here's the funny thing is that, of course, and a lot of people are saying, how can she compare herself being a Republican or someone with different beliefs being persecuted for her own beliefs? And a lot of conservatives say this. A lot of conservatives' voices are silenced because they say a lot of dumb stuff. They do. Alex Jones says a lot of dumb stuff, and because a lot of people believe it, they're like, well, you can't say this kind of stuff. Well, without proof. But anyway, so she gets fired from Disney. A lot of people are complaining about this. And the funny thing is that, number one, you're hired by Lucasfilm, which is owned by Disney. Disney is a multicultural company. It's all inclusive. They don't want anybody saying whacked out stuff like this. Whether you believe it or not, they don't want you saying that kind of stuff. True, you can say freedom of speech, but the problem is that there's always a cost to that freedom of speech. So they fired her. And a lot of people complain about her getting fired. Well, guess what? I'm pretty sure she got to talking to before and said, hey, if you really want to be a part of this, you can't be saying this kind of stuff. For example, remember Mel Gibson way back in the day? Got drunk talking about Jews doing this, Jews doing that, and he was ostracized for a long time. But then again, he bounced back later on. Her career's kind of just, she hasn't been in the acting game for too long and hasn't built a solid name for herself, so this could be a big setback for her. Could be a big, big setback. But, do I think that she should have gotten fired for this? I do believe that she has a right to say whatever the hell she wants. I do believe that. But the problem is that, for example, I can say whatever the hell I want to. But my job could look at my social media and says, you know what, hey Art, you said this whacked out shit here. You know what? You gotta quit doing that. You gotta quit saying that kind of whacked out shit. And if I keep doing that, then my job has the right to fire me. Because they could fire you for pretty much any kind of reason. So in my opinion, I mean, it's a shame because I did like her character as Cara Dune. I did like her, and plus she was going to get a big spin-off too with her own series. And you just jeopardize that because you want to say your own viewpoints, but you didn't say it the right way. You said your point, but you said it the wrong way. If you'd have said it in somewhere less controversial, like, people would say, oh, okay, fine. But anyway, that's my thoughts about that. Let me know what you thought about that. Okay. So I ordered 2 comic books recently, and I ordered 2 comic books recently, and okay. Gotta be careful. So, well, actually, I ordered 3 books, actually, but you know how that goes. Oh. No, nothing happened. Okay. So what happened was, for some reason, I saw this one video recently. I can't remember where I saw it. And they unboxed this, and what happened, this one right here, Invincible Iron Man. #1. I'm like, So they relaunched Iron Man, because before, in the old school, it was Invincible Iron Man. So they just relaunched it with another #1. So well, okay, fine. By Brian Michael Bendis, who's one of the best writers around. sometimes. So I'm like, okay, fine, cool, not a problem. From what I heard, it's a very good story. Now the reason why I bought this is because something happened, and something reminded me. One of my games that I play called Hero Clicks. They had this amazing Spider-Man versus Venom and Ultimate Carnage set, and one of the characters that's in it is Mary Jane. So, and the funny thing is that supposedly at one time Mary Jane dons the Iron Man armor, and I heard this was the one when she first do it. So I'm kind of interested in seeing that. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, that, I'm telling you. These days, see, the funny thing is that, I'm telling you something. Even though I do a YouTube channel, I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram and Twitter. And the thing is, I have to be very careful what I say. Because my employer, they can monitor our social media posts if they want to. So that's one of the reasons why I try not to be very political with my posts, because I don't want my boss coming up to me and say, you said something kind of racy, so what we're going to do is this. Now, take to some of my co-workers do put out some wacky, wild ass stuff on Facebook and stuff, and I'm like, bro, you really can't say certain things that some people say. I'm like, you really can't say this kind of stuff because someone might report your ass. Am I going to report you? The answer is no, I'm not going to report you at all. But someone might. So always, if say for example, if you're, I've heard of people losing their jobs. Years ago, a guy got fired for sexual harassment by telling a Seinfeld joke. Seinfeld, one of the most boring shows I've ever seen, had a joke that caused this guy to lose his job. Are you serious? I'm like, damn, that must be one hell of a joke, because none of their jokes in there is funny to me. Oh well. But anyway, some people can say whatever the hell they want. One of my friends, he's self-employed, so he can say whatever the hell he wants. Another friend of mine kind of works for something, and that person's they're very conservative, so he could say a lot of stuff, and I'm like, dude, you really can't say shit like this, because it might bring a bad light to certain things. But hey, you can't police everybody. But now recently I was watching a YouTube video called Scott Porter. Now, most people don't know who Scott Porter is, but he's an actor who he was Norman Osborn in the Spider-Man video game that came out like a year or two ago. He's in a couple movies as a bit actor, a little TV show that no one really watches, not that I know of, but he does a lot of, he does a lot of Hero Clicks unboxings, and one of the things is that I'm still working on getting some things from House of X line that they just released last month. So I'm working on getting some more. I think about 3 or 4 figures I'm looking for, so I'm looking for those. And now there's going to be one DC release, and that's Wonder Woman 80th anniversary. And recently, it's supposed to be next week, but it might get delayed because of mailing and everything. It's called the Fantastic Four Future Foundation. And the fun thing is, I collected a couple things here and there with that. I was like, oh, in mystery box, oh, Future Foundation or whatever. Basically, it's all a bunch of all the smartest kids in the Marvel universe banded together to do stuff. Okay, save work and save humanity and all this other stuff. But anyway, this book starts the whole thing off. Now the funny thing is, I saw that. Now this comic came out when I wasn't collecting comics. And here it is. Fantastic Four 600. When Scott Porter mentioned this, I was like, okay. Because I never knew this. I'm like, wow. Is that Spider-Man? Why Spider-Man got a different suit? Because this is the Future Foundation suits, which is like white and black, whatever thing. Now, what happened to Spider-Man? What happened to the Human Torch? Well, supposedly the Human Torch either died or he took over some dimension, like the negative zone or something like that. And so Spider-Man filled in to fill in the ranks. So what happened is, this is a 100-page 50th anniversary 600th issue. So when I saw this, I said, when he mentioned this, I said, I gotta buy this book. So, and it looks pretty cool. Out of all the Fantastic Four 600, this to me looked like the better one. So that's why I got this one. So basically, that's it. What I got today. This should be going up sometime next hour or so. So most of you will probably watch it Friday, but Saturday I do my actual comic book shopping. I picked up some stuff already. Now I'm Saturday before I go to the gym, or after I go to the gym, I am going to pick up my regular comics from my store, my main store, and then when I get back from there, I'll do a haul of what I just got. I read a couple of books today, some Future State books from DC. Dark Detective is really good. I like that one. The next Batman, I kind of looked at and it's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's different. Suicide Squad was like, Robin was kind of like, iffy, but that's how it is. You don't know what's going on. But other than that, I want to thank for everybody who watched my previous videos. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you for everybody who watched this video. I know I say thank you a lot, but the thing is, I really truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. I really do. I'm very humbled about it. If you think any of these three is really cool, or you think I got not so cool, let me know. Let me know your thoughts about that down below. I'm satisfied with it because I wanted it. If I wasn't satisfied, I wouldn't have bought it. But if you think these are not that great or really great, let me know down below. Hey, I'm still wide awake. I just got back from the gym like about 2 hours ago. I'm wide awake, wiry, like, oh boy. Well, anyway, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching this video one more time. If you can, leave me a comment if you want. If you dang it, tongue tied. Leave me a comment if you like. Give me a like, give me a dislike. You want to share this video? Go ahead and share this video. Let me know what you think about the Gina Carono's situation. I think, in my opinion, she's a very interesting person, but did some dumb stuff. Let me know what you think down below, okay? And with that, I'm going to end this before 20 minutes. All right. Thank you.